My strawberry kisses, I could fly through the wind.
What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I have a story time for you guys. I'm sorry about the way I look because I just woke up, and I'm not gonna lie and be fake and now like go wash my face and put my eyelashes and everything. No, I'm just gonna be me, and you guys are gonna have to accept me the way I look when I'm, you know, I just woke up and I look ugly and all that stuff. But guys, I have a story time that I just thought about, and I just thought like, guys, I need to tell you this. So guys, your girl almost got arrested, you know. Now guys, this story is just so deep and sensitive, and I know like at the time when it happened I wasn't gonna tell the story like if it was something recent, because this is like a few years ago, not a few years ago, like maybe a year or two. So I know that like I'm over it now, like I don't care about it, but like at the time it was like such a scary moment for me because I've never been in a situation where like I almost got arrested, like at the police station, you know, so that was like critical. You know, I haven't told people, like many people, the story, so I'm sure, I don't know. Yeah, I think Peter knows the story, so I don't care if anyone else hasn't heard the story. I mean, I'm not like an open book, like I don't tell everyone my shit, so I'm sure there's a lot of people who are like that. Like if you like that, please comment down below, because like I'm a secretive person. Like if I go through something, I go through it alone. I'll tell you afterwards what happened, you know. So basically guys, so what happened was, okay, let's get straight into the video and start from the beginning. So this was like 2019. Yeah, 2019, I was in grade 10. You know, I just started out in my new school, whatnot, you know, like just getting to know the new people, you know, at the school and stuff like that. So that this story has nothing to do with anyone at school, you know. So there was this guy's name. So this was before I even knew Peter. Okay, I was still young, 16, you know. And you know when you're 16, you think you know the shit. Like that was literally me in my head. Like I was like the shit. You know, you just think you're old, you're in the age where, you know, things start to get spicy in your life, you know? So yeah, anyway, so what happened was like this guy, I'm not gonna mention any names because I don't wanna like, you know, cause drama or whatever all over again. So anyway, this guy I knew, we were just friends, nothing like happening, or I could say we weren't like vibing or anything. No, we were just friends on social media. And then he had invited me to his house, as he claimed it was his house. So I was like, oh no, okay, cool, you know, because obviously at the time back then, as I told you guys in my previous story time when I told you guys how I met my boyfriend, if you haven't watched that video, I'll link it in the description. Please go check it out because it's lit, and if you haven't watched it, you're missing out. But anyway guys, so as I said in my previous video, I used to smoke weed back in the days, and that was the reason why we were meeting up, was because we were gonna smoke a joint together. So I was like, okay, no, cool, you know. And I head over there, he gave me directions, I went, you know, I walked and I got there. When I got to the house, he fished me by the gate. It was like a complex, you know. So I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna wait outside. He came to the gate, he fished me, walked me inside. So as soon as he walked me inside, just showing me around, and there was like one of his guy friends there that I knew previously too, but like not like personally, but I knew him, like, you know, because Richards Bay is a small town, you know, you know everyone. So yeah, I knew him. And anyway, so we went to the house and whatnot, and then he showed me like where the weed was and everything. And then out of the blue, he was like, him and his friend were like, oh, we have to go to town now, we'll be back just now, you know. And I was like, okay, no, cool, I'll just wait for you, because it was like around, I think it was around 3. So I still had a whole hour before my mom was gonna come back from work, because mom comes like back around like 5. So I had like 2 hours or so to get back home. So I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna chill. Obviously by 4 they're gonna be back, obviously, so because town was like nearby. I was like, chilling, obviously, you know, hanging out, listening to music, whatnot. And then I see it starts to get late, you know. So I start to panic. I start trying to call these people, like, where are you? Why aren't you coming back? You know, it's starting to be 4. I'm like, I don't want my mom to come back and I'm not home, you know, and all that stuff. And then, like, a freaking Indian guy that I've never seen in my whole life opens the door and asks me what am I doing in the house. So I'm like, I'm visiting my friend. This is his house. And then he's like, who's your friend? And I told him the name. And he's like, that person doesn't live here. So I'm like, what is going on? I'm like confused. Now I'm trying to call these people and they're not picking up their phones at all. They literally ditched me like complete. So I look like the criminal who broke into the house. Oh, I don't know what was going through that guy's head. So now he calls like the owner of the home. He locks me in the house again. So I guess for like obviously trying to press charges or whatever for breaking in or something. So he calls the owner of the house, I assume, and he's saying, so there's someone in the house, whatnot. And I'm like panicking at this point. It's almost time for my mom to be home, number one. Number two, now I'm gonna get in deep shit, you know. These people that brought me here are not picking up the phone, you know. And like during that time, I was just, you know, when you're in the point of just regret, like I knew I shouldn't have came here, you know. I knew I shouldn't, and luckily something just told me not to smoke the weed. Like I didn't smoke the weed, I didn't smell like weed or anything like that. So I knew that I could like just spin the story, you know. I could spin the story. I knew even if I had to do a drug test, I wasn't gonna test positive for anything, you know, because it had been a while since I had smoked weed anyways. So the guy comes back in, starts questioning me, asking me what am I doing here, wada. I told him, so no, I came here, the guy invited me, wada. And he was just like, do you know how many guys were outside here waiting to come into the house? And when I know he told me that there was gonna be like a party or whatever. And he's like, but why? You're the only girl, you know, trying to make it seem like, you know, I was gonna be in some sort of danger. I don't know, like maybe I was, I don't know, guys, seriously. I know what's actually happening, but all I know is that I was played for a fool and I fell into the trap and I got into deep trouble. So then after that, the guy took me in his car and he took me to the police station, which is the first step. And then we got to the police station. The obviously the lady at the you know, at the counter was like, oh no, is this your child or whatever, and how old I am, and I told him I'm 16. It's like, oh no, she has to have her guardian, you know. So at this point he's like, where do you live, wada, we have to go to your house to fetch your mom. So I'm thinking like, how am I gonna get out of this shit? There was no way of getting out of it. So he drove me to my house. I gave him directions, wada. Got to the house and then we had to wait for my mom. My mom wasn't back from work yet. So okay, I got out the car and I was wearing like, you know, swag, skinny jeans, crop top, everything. So that outfit was already like not it. So I went back into the house while he waited at the gate for my mom to return. He did not leave. He was just there. He wanted me to get into shit, you know. I tried to speak him out of it, like, oh no, he wasn't having it. No. So I went into the house and I changed into the most holiest outfit ever. Like I'm telling you, I had a skirt that went to my ankles. And then I wore like a polo neck, like that covered all the way to my wrists and everything, which was the most dim colors. It was like a brown and black color. And I was just like, okay, at least I'm gonna look more respectable during this whole situation. So my mom returned and she's like, went in. What did you do? What did you know? I was questioning me and I'm just like, oh, Mom, I'm trying to explain myself. Like, no, I got caught up in a situation. I didn't do anything. Whatnot. She's like, then why is the guy outside? No. I just came home from work. I don't need this nonsense. I don't need to deal with your nonsense. Whatnot. All you have to do is come back from school and do your chores and stay at home. All that stuff. And you fail to do that. All that stuff. And she's basically lecturing me. And I was just like, right now, I'm just stressed that I might be going to jail for something I don't even know, you know. So then the guy took me and my mom back to the police station. Oh wait, no. So my mom and the guy obviously started questioning me in the car, asking me, so who are these guys? Who opened the house for you? Wada. And I was like saying names now. I didn't care because I tried calling these people. They didn't pick up the phone. They were ignoring my messages. It was like they figured it out that the whole plan blew up in their faces, and now they ditched me in the situation. I was like, I'm not gonna take the fall for something I didn't even do. I wasn't even part of this whole equation. I was actually invited to a place. I had no idea that it wasn't even their house. They literally were using a house that wasn't even theirs. So I I took out my phone, and luckily I had remembered that my friend from school had told me that this guy who invited me lived in her complex. So I was like, you know what? I'm definitely going to take him out. And he wasn't picking up my phone. And as soon as I got to the gate, I called my friend. I was like, please open the gate and show me where this guy lives. And on the ride to that complex, because I wasn't really sure on the directions, but I had went to my friend's house before. Yeah, I had went to her house before for like a project, so that's how I knew where it was. And then I was just like, okay, I gave him directions, and luckily we got to the place. And then when we got there, we opened the gate, whatnot, and I took them to his house. Got to his house, like, meeting happened, and the mom was just like, she doesn't want to be part of it. She called his uncles, because apparently the dad was away or something. I can't remember what was actually happening. And they called his uncles, and one of the uncles came through, and then the meeting happened. And then the meeting was started basically asking like, what were they doing at the house? How did they get access to the house? Whatnot. And now apparently what actually happened was, so the owner of the house has a son who actually lives at the house. So it's a flat, and they have like a main home. So the flat was like the son's, so that he can study there with his friends and whatnot. Meanwhile, there's not actually studying happening. It's basically kind of like turned into, I won't say a frat house, but a place where parties happen, and just, you know, borrowing their friends the room or the house for that time or whatnot, you know. Basically a spare room for him to have fun, you know. So basically that's what it turned into. And then so the son was not even there in that whole meeting and everything. The son wasn't there. He was at boarding school. So while that was happening, the meeting was happening, and the whole story came out that the keys came from him, the son, and the son was allowing these things to happen. And yeah, so basically after that, the guy had said that he found drugs inside the house, naming the drugs that he found, whatever the case was. There was like cigarettes, there was alcohol, there was like weed or whatever. And then the solution from there was we all had to get a drug test. So now I'm like worried, because I'm just trying to calculate like, how long does weed last in your system? She went to me on the way to the pharmacy. So we all took cars. We were in cars, literally following each other all the way to the mall, to the pharmacy at like, I think it was like around 5 p.m. now this time. Not even 5, like I think it was getting dark, almost 7. And I was surprised the pharmacy was even still open at that time. So I was actually praying that it was closed, but it was open. It was open, and no luck was on my side. But anyway, yeah, so I was just calculating like, when was the last time I smoked weed? Like, this is not the time for my mom to find out that I'm a weed smoker when I'm already in this shit, you know. Like, I'm gonna get deeper in shit, like a 16-year-old girl smoking weed. Like, where's your life going, girls? Anyway, yeah, so that's what happened. And then so we went to the pharmacy, and we had to write down our names. And at that point, my heart is like racing. You know when your heart feels cold? I don't know if anyone knows this feeling, but you literally feel cold inside. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you're just so scared that you just, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain this feeling, right? But I was feeling so cold inside, and I was just like, you know, with the luck I have, I know it's gonna come back positive. Whatnot. I took the test, I peed in the cup. I couldn't even pee in the cup properly because I was shaking so much. And my mom was just giving me the eye, like, when we get home, girl, when we get home. And I was just like, I don't even need that right now. I'm just dealing with the drug test, you know. So I peed in the cup, the results come back negative. I'm like, hallelujah, praise the Lord. And I think that's the reason why I didn't get a hiding when I got back home. Like, I was literally dumbfounded. Like, how did I escape a hiding? Like, how did I manage to literally escape a black mother's hiding after all that nonsense that I put her through? Like, I'm even still till today, I don't know how I escaped that. But anyway, as soon as my results were clear, I went home, and then now I'm on WhatsApp now this guy that invited me was texting me and was like, why did you snitch on me and whatnot. I'm like, what did you expect me to do, honey? You expecting me to take the fall for everything? I was the one who magically got the keys to the house that I've never been to in my whole entire life. The story wouldn't add up, honey. I don't know what you wanted me to do, but I had to say something because my mom was out here smacking me in the car, telling me to tell them the stuff that was happening. I was in a tough situation, and I don't feel not even a little bit bad for taking them out. They deserve that. Like, why would they ditch me in a situation like that? Why? Like, I didn't deserve none of that shit. That's why I was just like, you know what? I'm cutting ties today. I'm cutting ties. Guys, that experience, even till today, like, I just feel like, why did I put myself in that situation? I feel so dumb. Like, why would I do that? Like, why? You know when you trust people that you just really don't know their true colors? Like, I feel like I didn't really know him the way I thought I did, because I thought I knew him. Like, we spoke, like, not all the time, but we spoke as friends, like, on a regular basis. Not regular basis, but once in a while, and you know the person, you know, we speak to them, whatnot. But as people say, social media isn't always true. It isn't always what it seems. And just really get to know people before you trust them with your life and yourself, and just being around them as people. Because he had told me that his results came back with so many drugs, and he just got into a lot of shit at his house, and basically, yeah, I didn't want to be him, but he kind of deserved it, because he literally threw me under the bus on that one. Like, I did not deserve that. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed my story. Like, literally telling the story just gets me so pissed. I'm like, why did you do that? Like, I feel like if he kind of came back for me and made the situation better, I wasn't gonna snitch. But the fact that he thought he was gonna ditch me and then get away with it, like, in the end, I was just like, no, this is too much. I have to. And like, no, that was just disrespectful. I'm sorry. I literally went to the police station with these people. They're lucky they didn't even have to go to the police station and see a police face to face telling you that they, like, you're so young and what you have to do with drugs. And I'm like, hey, you know, like, what has my life come to? But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my story. Oh, let me see what my mom did when I got back home. So I got back home, and my mom was just, I don't even think she was angry. I think she was just shook, you know, shook, because it was so unexpected, you know, the thing that happened. So I think she was just really shook about what happened, and she just sat me down and spoke to me, and she's like, are you in any harm? Like, did they do anything to you? Did they rape you or whatever? And I just said no, like, nothing actually really happened. I explained to her what actually happened and whatnot. And then, like, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like explaining to her what happened, I was also shook, because I was like, why aren't you giving me the hiding that I deserve? You know when you're so trained as a black child that after everything you've done wrong, you're gonna get a hiding. Like, when they react differently to something wrong that you've done, it's like you crave that hiding. It's like, it's weird for you, you know, not to get the hiding after you've done something wrong. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed my story. Please comment down below if you have any similar experience where you almost got arrested. And I was really young, guys, so anything literally goes right now at this point. If you have any stories. And anyway, guys, I'm starting a new segment. I have said this previously. I don't know if I've said this previously before, but it's basically a story time of other people's stories, and I'll be telling them on my channel. If you want to be part of the segment, you can email me. My email will be in the description below, and just send me your crazy stories that I can tell on the story. You can decide if you want to be anonymous or you want to be, you know, named in the story. I will tell your name if you really want to be named on the channel. Please follow me on my Instagram, it's in the description below. Send me a message, I will definitely text you back. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click the like button if you enjoyed the story, and if you really enjoy these story times and you want to hear more, because I have, trust me girl, I have way more stories. Just comment down below if you enjoy these stories and you want to hear more of them. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching my video, and adios.